So Čhögjal is, you know already, for many years here Dzogchen community. And also I came many times. We did so many retreats here. And then we have also land of Čhögjal on the top of mountain, where we have now Universal Mandala. Also we did many retreats there. And particularly here, something very special, that is something related with like Vajra dance. Vajra dance is not only a kind of dance, but it is related with teaching. Not only related with teaching, but related very essential teaching.
Mr. Anderson was a student of Gurdjieff, and we had a Gurdjieff community there for many years under his leadership. And towards the end of his life, Mr. Anderson became more involved with, he developed an interest in Buddhism.
This was the intention that our teacher had, Paul Anderson, that he wanted very much to leave his group in the hands of a living master. And he had sent an invitation to Norbu Rinpoche, who was in Italy, and to invite him to come to Conway.
I remember him sitting at a table with Mr. Anderson, and there was a brief period of introduction. And then, just like that, Rinpoche decided to teach. He was apparently going to wait until the next day, but something about the circumstances and the conditions manifested, and he decided to do a teaching.
Mr. A, as we called him, he sort of got my attention. He could do that without looking at you. You know, he had a way of, and I kind of looked at him, and he just put his finger up in the air and just started pointing at Norbu Rinpoche like this. And he said everything through his gesture. He said everything. He spoke. He said, "This is the one." He was pointing. This is the one who knows, that has the knowledge.
Dzogchen vuol dire veramente come si trova e uno è consapevole di questo.
Because Dzogchen means how one finds oneself, what one is, and really being aware of that.
Se uno è lasciato condizionare, anche se uno vive con posizione giorno notte in un tempio di oro e non risolve niente.
If one is conditioned, then you can stay in perfect position all night and all day for a lifetime within a temple of gold, and you've resolved nothing at all.
Ma se uno è presente, sa, consapevole di quello che sta facendo, e sempre la pratica è quella.
But if one has full here and now awareness and is knowledgeable about what one is and what one's condition is, then that is practice and can be lived at all times.
First of all, the retreats were much smaller, maybe 40, 50 people, and Rinpoche would give 2 teachings a day, and every evening he would do a medium tun and a chud practice, and then after that he would kind of hang out.
Rinpoche was so funny, and he would do these crazy things that we would laugh at.
And other times he would spontaneously give long transmissions of teachings.
Explanation is short, must be short. And here must be very smooth, wide and flat. Yeah. Because we say, oh, this is the place of darkening dance. So it must be flat.
would sit in the group house dining room, and he would sit at one end of the table, and people would just gather around, and he would talk for hours and hours into the night, just talking and laughing.
I remember watching him write the cycle of day and night, sitting at the table, talking with people. And there used to be not too many houses around. We'd go out and lie down and do Namkhai Arte out in the fields.
The principle of Dzogchen teaching is knowledge, understanding. So which we are speaking, learning, speaking different kinds of experiences. Everything is for having knowledge, understanding. But if we have such understanding, at least a little, then what we do? We apply, we integrate. If there is no integration, our existence, body, speech, mind, in that knowledge, then knowledge has no life. Knowledge has not much sense. So then teaching must go a little more concrete with life, situation of daily life of everybody. So we don't consider really teaching is only chanting or reading or saying we do teaching, meditation, and always sitting someplace. Teaching could be also walking. Teaching could be also eating and sleeping. Everything is part of teaching and practice. So we must learn this and we try to understand. Particularly when we say understanding. Understanding means main point is understanding of our dimension. Everybody we have our dimension. That is that in Tantrism called mandala.
So not only did he come and it was the people who remained from this Anderson group, but now there was a whole entourage that came following Norbu Rinpoche to Kanwei.
We had a lot of strange people coming, you know, we never had any foreigners.
If we are living in a society, not that I am alone, around me there are many people. Many people, they have also their dimension, their situation. So I must know how to deal with these people, with this situation, with that condition. When I have know that principle, then we get always problem. For example, you know there are many conflicts between people and people. Why we have? Because we have limitations. We don't understand each other, their dimensions. If we are not paying respect, they become problems. We are seeing only our point of view and our limitation based with our ego. So then there is no way how we can deal with other people. So if we want to live harmoniously with people, first thing we must understand our self, our dimension, which is the limitation of our dimension. If we discover our dimension, then we can discover also other people. There are many other people, same way.
But by then, that was when he gave the name Čhögjal to the community. It wasn't in 82, it was in 83.
So we had many retreats there in what was our group house from the old group.
And our neighbors were agitated because there were a lot of us coming periodically. So we talked about it, you know, we really need another space. And we walked up the hill and he immediately started liking, he said, this is wonderful. And then he was picking up little pieces of quartz off and saying, look, this is wonderful, and noticing everything about it. A whole way up he's saying, oh, these rocks are medicine, these plants are medicine. This is fantastic. And you know, we kept walking and got to the pond and got to the mandala hill, and he sat down under the 7-limbed birch tree, his tree now, and that rock. It grows out just from under that beautiful rock. And I remember he said, this land we must have.
And then he just sat down on the ground in front of the stone. There was no doubt. Here we are. This is the place. There didn't seem to be any doubt in his mind, or anybody else's, that once he sat down, he was home.
And then he said when he got up there, he said, okay, we come back, we bring everybody, we make party, we have fire, we make sausage, and we raise money and we buy this land. It's just like that.
What are you doing?
And Rinpoche camped on the land in a tent. This was many years ago, so he was much younger. And this was back in the days when he used to just kind of hang out with everybody, talk and drink wine until wee hours in the morning, sometimes.
Tell me, Rinpoche, what I want to know. And everybody also. You want to dance under the moonlight. Yesterday you were all your night on me. Do you want to dance?
Everyone, just relax, enjoy yourselves, stop being so serious, stop working so hard.
And we'd have the opportunity then to, have a much, a different kind of connection to the Master, and receive the teachings in a different way, and more intimate, but also just to be in his presence for longer periods of time, and make the connection to the transmission. It's in an informal way.
Clearly, in my mind, the only thing that Rinpoche cares about is introducing us to the state of our own minds. And in every possible way, and in every moment, he's always trying to do that. And again, I'm so appreciative of all the different ways he thinks of to do that, and infinitely creative.
And something missing.
Nothing missing.
And we always do our best to keep up our religion.
I'd like a little help on this one, please.
And
well,
it takes a long time.
Something about body, speech, and mind.
Body, speech, and mind?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Now I tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's missing this word. You listen well. We try to do our best for integrating.
Repeat.
We try to do our best for integrating.
Yeah, in the integrating in a sense of teaching.
Yes.
That's the main point. That's much more important than anything. Particularly in the Dzogchen where we say, indispensable practice is good yoga.
He expressed an interest in doing a personal retreat on that land. Said he'd like to have a spot where he could see the pond. In order to get to it, we had to build a bridge first. So we had to build the bridge to build the cabin.
All people who induce these and dance on body, people do because this is all religion, this place. I was here, I'm doing retreat. Yeah, here is a cabin. I am being here. Sometimes in the night time I am also coming here and I sleep. I have a small tent here. Because all that the teaching of Adzom Drugpa coming to my dream. If you succeed to do practice of night, then you have also many really possibilities developing your practice in the night time, in a dream.
I come 2 times here sleeping on the top in the night time. And immediately before I am going back in my cabin, for not forgetting I am writing here quickly. That way I am going ahead and more or less complete. I wrote down here during this retreat. Succeed. You remember also I wrote a small mandala down for training, make understanding, because it's very difficult. I am not a dancer, so sometimes I find also difficulties. I am not 100% sure what I learned. Then I am making mandala and trying it corresponds or not. And some dreams I had again correcting that, what I wrote down. For example, saying, oh, what you did is not perfect, for example.
When I have some doubt, in example, I have also dreams and clarify, in example. That's possible for everybody, but it depends very much also your capacity of dream, awareness. When you really have capacity of dream awareness, you remember immediately, instantly you are dreaming, and you can go ahead that dream. Or if something dream, very bad dream, for example, you change.
That is an example for a long time I didn't hear. But I wanted to finish, then I went in Italy. And also America, I had continued this dream for writing down.
A place correspondent of point of mandala. For example, once I had a dream, I am in Tibet, in East Tibet. I am traveling from 4th or 5th line. I am trying to get in the 6th line. So traveling in this country. So 6th line, etc. is related with mandala. So then I feel really, if we discover precise, at least one place, 100%, where is this correspondence, then can develop, can discover all, because you can do a kind of a map. And then coordination of dance. When you are going to dance, and there is a continuation, correspondence of words. That way, maybe can discover many interesting places. If you discover interesting places, sounds related to also different kinds of experiences. If you go this place and you do that experience, you can have very, very interesting experience. Really, that's my fantasy. Yes, I want to check. I want to develop that. Interesting. But still, this is not perfect 100% because I am studying.
You see, mandala represents the globe. This mandala, small mandala, represents our globe. Where there is this place and where there is America, is all in this line, red line. So later I discovered also why we are starting to dance Vajra in red color, red line. Because starting dance of Vajra Sejaga here, in this place. And also America is connected, same line.
we must do something here, but also people interest, really. If we make a program, everything, then we can grow up, institute, working here in Italy, exchange. I think then become something interesting. And if we have this, also we can have a small part for Asia, small, and bigger part for institute, and still more bigger for community. That's enough. How people participate, really, no?
The medical program has brought students to the community, and they've kind of come into the Dzogchen teachings through the Tibetan medical program. So in that way, the medical program has helped the community. But I think the Tibetan medical program has value in and of itself, and in terms of kind of developing Tibetan medicine in the United States, and as another healing approach, and also to preserve the teachings of Tibetan medicine.
Tibetan medicine is the benefit of all sentient being who need it. So this is part of the Dharma teaching. So this is part of our commitment as a human being, as our Buddhism practitioner, especially as a Dzogchen community. We follow the Rinpoche's teaching, and that this Shengshung is Rinpoche wanted to promote, preserve the Tibetan culture.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. You have both the color.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All colors should go. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Shengshung, the School of Tibetan Medicine, we studied 2005. And then first our graduate student graduated in 2009. Second, our graduate student graduated in 2011. And then third is 2012.
In Tibetan culture, not only history and the knowledge, you know very well, very deep knowledge, just like a spiritual path, which we say science of the inner knowledge. Then we have related with that, just like medicine, astrology, and art, so many things. All these are not developed recently somehow, but there is history, very, very ancient. So in this moment, how our condition is almost losing many of these are our qualification of the culture. So if there is something valuable, culture, knowledge, etc., it is not only for Tibetans, for human beings. When we say Chhögjal Institute not only study medicine. Chhögjal Institute is for global, all Tibetan culture. Because we are knowing there is losing and there are many problems. And for that reason, when I come back in Italy, we organized, for example, our organization of Asia for building schools and hospitals in Tibet. And at the same time also we try to do Chhögjal Institute for also make understand the value of Tibetan culture, knowledge, etc. for Westerners. Also Tibetans, we are bringing, we educate them and they can do something in Tibet, our home, something like this. Still we are working that, we should work. And you are now studied, etc. You try to do your best. But it is very important also integration, not create conflicts with Western doctors. That is not good. pay respect each dimension, and what if there is something to learn, not necessarily to be Tibetan or not Tibetan or which kind is it. For example, if there is someone is dying, there is a really problem. For that person, if there are something can help and there is medicine or therapy, something which is good, that is more important, not tradition. No? No need any tradition in this case. So we are knowing that we should work with our good intention, how explained in Mahayana. This is very, very important. We are really doing service for others' benefit. This, if you do this way, then everywhere can have that prosperity and benefit. I want to say only that. Thank you very much.
We offer this gift to our precious master, Čhögjal Namkhai Norbu. From our hearts, we are grateful for everything you have given us. May your compassionate activities never cease.
Okay, thank you.
Through our bodies, speech, and mind, we want to convey to you, Rinpoche, our gratitude for all that you do.
First, we have Dzogchen community. Dzogchen community not only one place, but everywhere. Same community, even it is not same place. It is impossible being in same place. There are many people speak different language, in different culture and attitude, but what they learned, Dzogchen teaching, principle of Dzogchen is unique. There is not exist different. So then we are collaborating.
Everything looks really great.
Come on in.
Okay.
You know, we used to have the concern that people who are a little bit older, I mean, I'm young, but the other older people had the concern that you know, the community was getting older and there weren't young people coming. But that started to change, and a lot of the medicine people came were younger people, and other younger people came. So now there's a lot of young people, and the old people can kind of relax a little bit.
Nice color, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Very nice flowers. Thank you very much for your welcome, wonderful preparation. To be here and also arriving with the welcome. That's wonderful. Okay, thank you. Now we go to rest a little. So you observe on this thought, not thinking this thought is good or bad, etc., or I don't want, etc., because always these are thoughts. No? Only just observe on this thought, and the thought disappears, just like a wave in the ocean. No? It sends a big wave, but then it frees itself. Okay, practice.
I went to him and I said, I really want to build this stupa, but I don't know how to do it. And then he said, oh, don't worry, I'll give you. And so then the next day he gave me a drawing. And then I remember I still didn't know very much exactly how to do it, but we just started. And it all fell into place.
Not so bad.
Yeah, we've got really good retreat facilities here. It's amazing. amazing, actually. Well, the cabins are the Mandarava cabin, Rinpoche's cabin, the Guardian cabin, the Chhögjal cabin's way on the top of the hill. The Dark Retreat cabin is not on the land. It's about a 10-minute drive from here, something like that, on the land of Joe Zarillo.
And it was like this chain of ants carrying all the stuff up the hill past my house up to the site, because it was very difficult to get to. You know, and everybody on the retreat just carried all this material up, you know, in a couple of days. And Rinpoche himself was out there mixing concrete, you know, for the foundation.
Really powerful places to be. It's the feeling of the practice being magnified here is quite potent. The Mandarava cabin is up on the hill, and it's clear and simple and big windows, so it's really like being right in the middle of the woods in this little one-room cabin. And then the Guardian cabin is a little bit more shaded, it's red, and really it just has this strong energy. Then Rinpoche's cabin's empowered by Rinpoche being there a lot, so that's pretty awesome. And as we're experiencing, the air is very clean. I always feel healthy when I come here. And many people say that. Just coming here for a day, people are like, I love being here. I feel so good here.
Grant money we got is what they call a WIP program, which is a wildlife improvement, habitat improvement. And so the concept is that we would, with this money, clear out these trees and allow shrubs and little bushes to grow up to encourage more songbirds and other small type of wildlife to live there. And we can leave, like, we have some very, very beautiful cherry trees up there and red oak trees, and she says those can be left behind to seed. And my understanding is also that we would be also allowed to plant these type of trees up there too, to help establish a new type of forest in the area. So that's kind of my understanding of those programs right now.
That's a good idea. Good, that program here and here, if we have something that support, it's very good. I remember when I walked, when I did a personal retreat from here, I went also here, this side, and another part there is a small hill, small also water, exactly, no?
Yeah.
It's a very nice place here also. I like very much this place, it's very nice. When I walked 2 or 3 times, it's not so very easy to go there, even there is no road.
It's very steep.
Yeah.
And I think the areas you were talking about were like right over in here, because there's like a nice little valley there and these brooks and a stream that comes off the backside, which borders the provost, the colonel's property there.
I think that's a very good idea, good program. Rotating nature, no?
Yeah.
So that is also very important for the country also in general. Important, we are thinking always there exists the future. We are maybe disappear, we prepare well. Mostly that part of the land, handling, etc. It seems under is a rock. So there is no much land. Very, a little light.
Shallow.
So that's why it is a very strong place. Because when there
so it's good
rock,
and bad.
But then we have a little problem also when we want to do something, building that are not so very easy also. Everything, no?
Yeah, go to find water also.
Very, very good idea. That is very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Your idea. A little more.
Oh, thank you.
Please. Chocolate is good for doing experiments.
Stand right here. What am I doing right here?
We are working with seconds. That's what we say in the Dzogčenové. Very important training. Most important is that. How is second hand, how is situation. We know how it works.
Look at this. Look at
There will not be any
Hey, look at this. Watch what I'm doing.
Obstacles arrive in the manifesto when there is something not correspond, you know. Not correspond because we are not working with circumstances. There's a problem.
So I should maybe bring one of each.
Even you are asking me many things I don't know. It's this is better than maybe not correspond. You know? People who are knowing how is the situation, then you are working with second hand. You can say, oh, tell me also say, oh, I think it's something like this. It is much better because then the condition is something like this, second hand, then it corresponds. That is what you do.
We were up on top of the mountain, and he had slept up there. And he had made a little pile of rocks where he had slept. This is the center. This is where he built the mandala. And he described his vision, and he said, you know, about the crystal temple, and then he said, someday we manifest something here.
Ecco, gli esseri tutti sono arrivati. Che nice, eh? Ci sono cittadini un po' diversi qua, eh? Sono universo. Very nice mandala, see from here. It is quite big.
It's big. It's very big. Was it that big in your dream?
Yeah. For covering it, need a large space. This is a nice place. You see, it seems all herbs and flat, very green, nice. But if you dig just a little, it's rock. Oh, incredible. Very strange place, really, this. All rock. When we did a retreat on the top of the mountain, one night I had a dream. Now where we built this universal mandala, there is a kind of hole, transparent, and I am inside that hole. And also there are some people, but they're outside on this dimension. There are many people sitting around, and then I am giving teaching, explaining to them.
Gelong,
for you, for example, for your realization, that you couldn't realize only doing a retreat today or tomorrow. You then apply this method, you go ahead developing knowledge, etc. And I'm also working with you with transmission, directly or indirectly, till we have total realization. We have that relationship and we have this responsibility. So in this case, after teaching and after transmission, we couldn't remain and let everything without taking care. If you put a seed in a field, not sufficient only you are putting seed, but then you take care. If it is necessary water, you put water. If something else you try to do for growing up this plant, and when grow up also too, it give its seed. So then someone must take care.
People would come for retreats, 100, 200, 300 people, but not many people hang around and try to keep the community going. Be like really 15, 20 people.
And everybody can have some qualities, everybody. But it is difficult, we say, someone is totally has in qualification and someone has nothing. Always we have something to exchange or helping and sharing, really. So then we do collaborate that way and we go ahead. For that reason then we have this called Dzogchen community.
Our own personal motivation comes and goes depending how our situation is, you know, relationships, family, economics, health, things like that. And we can distract ourselves with all kinds of things. And then you see somebody else who's really working and understanding, and you watch them change over the years, become like lighter, simpler, easier. It's inspiring.
If I know how is my situation, really, my feeling, my situation, my dimension, then that is good example for learning or discovering also dimension of others. That is that way taught also Buddha in Sutra teaching is the same. You take example of yourself, that means your experience. And then you imagine how is other people, and then you know how to respect and how deal with other people. So that's very, very simple, not like a complicated philosophy. For example, if you explain and you talk that way with a small child, also they can understand very well. Also some people, they are spending much time only discussing useless things. There is no any sense, benefit. But then they give too much importance because they think, oh, I said, I thought. That is something sacred. Because I said, my way of thinking, my way of seeing, always ego. That is called ego, no?
Oh yeah, I was a secretary for 2 or 3 years. Not easy, because you know too much. And of, you know, who's doing what and who's not doing and who should be doing, and I always thought I was doing good. So I developed a pretty bad attitude in general about other people in the community. I'm trying to improve. And but I see a lot of strange things, but Rinpoche criticized my behavior and said, look, you should notice more good things and emphasize those, talk about those more. Don't just, you know, have this white piece of paper and there's a little black spot down in the corner. You go, look at that black spot! Wow! What should we do with it?
Always, time is relative with the circumstance. Circumstance change.
For example, we are meeting only one day. For example, I am meeting a person who says something very nice. After a few minutes, I am meeting some other person. They are saying half good. And someone then meeting another person, they say something problem. Something like this, not exist always the same thing. That is called circumstance. What we do in the circumstance, it is sufficient being aware. We are knowing. Human beings are living in a dualism vision. Everybody, they have very strong ego. If someone is manifesting ego, it doesn't mean then if you are being aware, also you are showing your ego. No, no need. No, it is much better you are not showing your ego, only you are knowing that person is showing ego. That way you can help that person, but you couldn't say, I help you. Otherwise that person very angry. That person feel important, strong, know everything. That is the example.
In the Dzogchen teaching, which we teach and which we learn is dealing with situation, learning or working with situation. We never go against the situation. If you go against the situation, you couldn't do anything. But if you are integrating and looking, checking how is the situation, then you couldn't have any problem. If we are present, knowing how is the real situation, then everything goes well. So it's very, very important also for living in our daily life. Even we have something to do, very important thing, in this case, we are being aware and relaxed, being in our real condition, everything become very easy. If agitated, then we couldn't do. Arise so many problems. So you see, this is a very important practice for having realization, because realization means forever we are being in instant presence. That is a realization. So if you are not distorted and such being in a presence, that is very close. Body continues, generation continues, samsara continues. So we must think a little then how we can continue, how we can process teaching, transmission. We are considering transmission and teaching are very, very important. If we feel really important, then we must also protect. And we must keep, we do something for continuing purely the transmission and teaching.
Čhögjal Namkhai Norbu wrote a little book called Sanghy Sangha, and it has, it's like a long poem, and it explains the content of his idea for Sanghy Sangha training, where you study and you practice and embody Dzogchen teaching in your life.
Siamo venuti per qua per rinfrescare, perciò io sono nel sole un po' per bilanciare.
Come on, everybody! Why not? Come on.